we are here today to discuss a very important matter. With these two legendary leaders, Adolf Hitler and Tsar Nicholas II. Gentlemen, it is assumed that Hitler was the worst leader in the 19th century. Hitler, to what extent do you disagree or agree with this statement?
He was actually a very great leader. To be exact, a dictator.
Would you like to elaborate on that?
Well, I don't like to brag, but he decreased the unemployment rate from 6 million people to 1 million people. Policies like this helped people support their families financially.
So not only did you help the country's economy, but you became more popular with the country's people, right? Well, what about all the killing that you caused in the concentration camps? Did that make you more popular at all?
Well, I tried to unify my country to one ethnicity.
Oh my do you realize you killed millions of people and took all their lives because of that?
Oh.
Psh, you killed people too. Remember Bloody Sunday?
We're not there yet, Hitler. Hold your horses.
First of all, Adolf, Samira asked you a question and you brought me into it. You needed to answer that. Second of all, you're an awful leader, so...
She did it! Nicholas, I'll ask you a similar question. In what ways are you a better leader than Hitler?
Samira, there are a lot of aspects. 3 important aspects were that we had a very stable government for the most part. 2, I had a lot of support from my family, especially from my wife Alexandria. The third point would be that a lot of people had a voice in the government, which also made everyone peaceful.
First of all, your wife running the country while you were commanding the army was by far the worst idea ever. Especially the fact that you had her work with the most hated man in Russia, Rasputin, thus proving how bad of a leader you are. Second of all, your government was whack due to your stubborn character. You had an unstable structure. You fired everyone you wanted due to your trust issues. Third of all, your country was not peaceful. Due to your father and past leaders, opposition was on the rise. There were multiple protests occurring during your reign, such as Bloody Sunday and the Women's Riot.
Thank you, Hitler, for that elaboration. We'll get right back to Nikki 2 right after this commercial break. Welcome
Back
From
the commercial
break.
We'll keep.
Okay, we're going to ask Nicholas a few more questions about why he was a better leader. So, Nicholas, would you like to list off some things you thought were beneficial for your country?
Yes, Samira. Creating the Trans-Siberian Railroad, creating jobs, like technical jobs, and industrializing.
Mm-hmm.
So then a lot of more people had like money and like all that stuff.
Great.
The civil service and school were 2 options that you could have gone into, but most of the people joined the civil service so they can be part of the war. And the war efforts obviously were amazing. Everyone was so productive in that. And yeah, those things were very beneficial for my country, and there's many more, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
So, Hitler, do you think the things that Nicholas II listed off were beneficial for his country?
Well, even though he gained more soldiers to his army, it was still weak. You were unable to supply the army with sufficient equipment, which caused your country to lose wars such as the Japanese-Russo War.
So true. From what we gathered here today, it is assumed that Hitler was by far the worst leader in the 19th century due to the fact that his failures outweighed his successes. Alright, join us next week here on 2020 to get a tutorial from Tsar Nicholas II on how to take selfies. Have a great night, everyone.